All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Gooner Eagle Eye coming to you again with a review of that boring ass game, Arsenal versus Sunderland. We won 2-0. I've never, I've never been so bored with a match which basically featured a team attacking and a team defending, and my team was the one that was attacking. My team was also the one that was attacking well without ever actually scoring. It was just one of those games because it was one of those games where if you watched it, you would say it was a team who were fifth and a team who were rock bottom. You know, the golfing class was clearly there. And to be honest with you, Sunderland were spirited for much of the game, as I thought they might be. You know, I even put out a tweet out there earlier this evening. I was just like, blimey, at this rate, I kind of wish I put a bet on Sunderland to beat Arsenal because for a long time, it took the 71st minute for us to score against Sunderland. Oh, wait, at home. Speaking of at home, blimey, was the stadium empty. It was empty. And the performance was empty. And as per usual, the passion for our manager was empty. Definitely, it's hashtag empty. I tell you, it was a pathetic. It was a performance that was. I'm not happy. We won, but I'm not happy. You know, I've always said in all of my previews and in fact all of my reviews, fuck top four. In fact, literally, my title of this game in the preview was fuck the top four, just finish the season strongly. If this is how you build towards Chelsea, we're going to get smoked by Chelsea because there was nothing about today that filled me with any confidence. It took a half-injured Alexis Sanchez to spare our blushes. That's basically what happened. To be honest with you, I don't think anyone covered themselves in that much glory. And it worries me because it worries me not only going into the final, but it worries me as to what is to come. Because this old man, let's just be real here. I'm sorry, Colin. I'm sorry, Lee. I know you strongly believe he's going. I strongly believe he's staying. I really do. There's nothing about this team that gives me the confidence that in 3-4 months' time they're going to improve. That they're going to drastically improve. You know, I've said it for the last few previews, reviews that I've done. We need major surgery. Major surgery. Not necessarily because I don't think a lot of the players are good enough, because I think if we had the right manager, we'd at least make a fight out of it. But I think it's gone on for so long now that we're past wanting to make a fight for the league. I want to win the damn thing. We need some winners. And I think what is really apparent to me is I was watching Alexis, who, to be honest, didn't have the best of games, but considering the man was half injured, he might as well deserve a 10 out of 10, right? You watch Alexis, and that man is an absolute winner. I've been critical of him the past couple of weeks, but it shows me the difference between his attitude and, say, someone like Giroud's attitude, who I thought once again had a horrendous game. A horrendous game. The man spent more time on the floor than actually doing something productive. And I try and... you guys know this. A lot of people have said to me, oh, Chig, Chris, I'm surprised you're not more critical of Giroud. Like, you don't really go in that hard on him. Like, you go in hard on Ramsey and Mustafi, but you don't go in hard on Giroud. My attitude has always been, given the fact that we spent 12 million on him, we've gotten quite a good return from Giroud. He is what he is. My honest opinion on Giroud is that the man isn't, definitely isn't, a top Premier League striker. He just isn't. And anyone who doubts that, he's never in any type of form of discussion when people start talking about top strikers. And I'm not just talking about pundits. I mean anybody. Is anybody, let's just be real here. Is Giroud in anybody's top 5 of top Premier League strikers? Be honest. Has he ever been? Be honest. And today was a demonstration as to why he isn't. The man had a one-on-one. And don't get me wrong, Jordan Pickford, who I'll come back to, made a great save. He did. He made a great save. But a top striker isn't even letting a great goalkeeper get anywhere near that. And he kept bumbling, stumbling over, and you're just like, honestly, I was watching Giroud today, rolling over all over the place. I was getting more and more and more annoyed for all the criticism people level about Danny Welbeck's finishing, right? At least he makes up for it for working a defense, for running, for tiring a defense. What the fuck is it Giroud does? I'll give you a little snapshot of what this motherfucker does. He'll back himself into a defender, trip over, and then pull a stupid grin. And every single time he pulls that grin, my blood boils. Because you know he's done something very simple, very badly. And that's Giroud. And that's why, personally, I'd sell him in a heartbeat. I know there are a lot of defenders of Giroud out there. I'm sorry. I'll sell his punk ass in a heartbeat. I would. I think we're coming to the end of his shelf life, in my opinion. And I understand that he may well have scored the best goal of the season, and you're probably sat there saying to yourself, oh, Chris, what the hell are you talking about? I'm talking about long term. I'm not talking about once in a blue moon spectacular. I'm talking about long term. What did this motherfucker do? When you really need someone to score, is Giroud even in your top 5 of players that are going to do it? Be honest. Be honest. When you need a goal and someone's coming off the bench, I understand that he has a decent record. Even with his decent record off the bench, be honest. Is he in your top 5? Is he the player that you automatically think, oh, Giroud will get us a goal? There must be something wrong with that. That even though Giroud has an all right record off the bench, even when we're in a tight game, and if you're honest, you know this is true. You're honest, you're sat there, you think to yourself, blimey, Welbeck is getting tired, doesn't seem like it's working. How many of you will think about Giroud before you think about Perez? Because I'll be real with you, I think about Perez every time. And Perez has been with us. He may as well have been with us half a season because Wenger doesn't play him for some stupid reason. Mind you, this is the player that Wenger's going to sell over Giroud. Doesn't make any sense. And I try and defend him. I try and say to myself, well, you know what? He cost 12 million. He just had a bad game today. But then it comes to the point where you say to yourself, hold up, this motherfucker's 30 and he's earning well over £100,000. And we're getting jack shit in key games in the long term. In key games, because before someone throws some sort of stupid stat, in key games, we get jack shit from him. Honestly, I'm done. I'd sell him. I would sell him. Anyway, and as for Wenger, oh my gosh, this guy. Do you know, he embarrassed me with his comments in this press conference. No, I thought it was embarrassing when Klopp did it. And that was from Klopp. When Klopp said that, Stoke rolled over and it's a shame that they had to roll over. They're already on their holidays. I thought it was embarrassing when Klopp said it. But when Wenger said it, I sat there and I thought to myself, are you being serious? You shouldn't even be in this position in the first place. If you had the nous to have realized that 4 in the back wasn't working for whatever reason, and we needed to switch up to 3 earlier on in the season, We shouldn't have to be worried about West Ham doing us a favour. We shouldn't have to be worried about that. How the hell are you going to blame them? They don't owe you fuck all. They don't owe us fuck all. Technically, they're our rivals. It's things like that that piss me the fuck off. And I put that tweet out earlier. Like, this guy's just embarrassing. He is embarrassing. And then you look at the opposite number to Czech today. And don't get me wrong, I thought Czech had a very good game today. But you look at Jordan Pickford, and my gosh, wow. I knew he was all right, but I didn't realize he was that good. He put in, as per usual, as it seems like every keeper does against us every now and again, but he put in an amazing performance against us. It was 2-0, but keep in mind, we had like 35 shots overall. We had like 16 shots on target. And I tell you what, he kept it down for Sunderland. And don't get me wrong, a lot of those chances Pickford shouldn't, by rights, have gotten near. But let's just face it, he made world-class save after world-class save after world-class save. If this is who you're eyeing up to replace Ospina or Szczesny, I'm all for it. But as per usual, this will turn into, particularly if Venice stays, as I think he will, this will turn into a how I almost signed him, but X, Y, Z happened. A bee stung me on the arse and I couldn't quite work out how to send the text to tell Dick Law to get his thumb out of his arse and go and sign him. That's probably what's going to happen. Anyway, let me just bang this out because flip me. Right, Czech. 7 out of 10. I thought he was solid, made some really good saves. No, sorry, 8 out of 10. I thought he made some good saves. Really good save, tied it up well. 8 out of 10. I thought he made a couple of... I thought he was very secure today. Very secure. Hector, 6 out of 10. I know I'm doing the win-backs first, but fuck it. 6 out of 10. Gibbs, 5 out of 10. I thought his crossing was horrendous today. The back three, Mustafi, I actually thought played quite well. 7 out of 10. Holding, 7 out of 10. Had one glorious gallop early in the first half, and I thought, go on, Holding, go on. Unfortunately, he didn't quite get there, but I really wanted him to score. And then he had another opportunity with a free header. Clearly didn't really expect it to come to him, and I thought, oh, Rob, you should be doing better. But he's a young kid, he's learning. 7 out of 10. And Monreal, who I actually thought had a poor game in that position, to be honest, made loads of really stupid little fouls. 6 out of 10. I think I'm being generous, but I think as a unit, on the whole, they played quite well. Individually, I thought Monreal had a poor game. In the middle, Xhaka was another one I actually thought had a poor game. Generally, his passing was quite well, but he can't move that ball quick enough, and that worries me a little bit from Xhaka. Kept getting robbed stupidly by like people like Catamol. People like it kept pissing me off. It's like, bro, that's your opposite number. You should be being stronger. 6 out of 10. Ramsey looks like he got himself injured. Thought he had an okay game, to be fair, before he got injured. 6 out of 10. Mesut. I'm going to disagree with Lee a little bit. I actually thought he had a really clever little interchange for that goal. And I thought it was Ozil created. I don't think it was just the 3-yard cross, as Lee said. But I actually thought he set that whole motion up pretty well. Listen, I'll criticize Ozil if he deserves it. I'll praise him if he deserves it. He wasn't, to me, the worst player on the pitch. He was quiet in spurts, but did little things in spurts and was trying to make things happen between him and Alexis. So for that reason, I'll give him a... Oh, no, it was a good assist. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. And Alexis, for me, for the simple reason that this guy is injured. Let's just call it what it is. He's injured. And yes, sometimes he holds on the ball too much. And yes, sometimes I wish he'd trust the players around him a little bit more. And yes, sometimes he does overplay the ball. But I'll tell you what, today's game exhibits everything that every Arsenal fan loves about the man. And he's pulled us out of shit again. He spared our embarrassment today. He really did. A half-injured Alexis is still better than Sunderland. You got to give him a 9 out of 10 just for the simple reason that he got us 2 goals, was constantly a thorn in them, and he was injured. Like, I can't stress that enough. He was injured. He looked injured to me as well. 9 out of 10. Giroud, 3 out of 10. For the simple reason that he missed that ridiculous one-on-one. I think he spent more time on the floor than he did on his feet. I am losing my patience with this guy. You just see me have a damn rant about Giroud. There's going to be more rants to come if I see him starting in that damn final. 3 out of 10. Wells came on, made an immediate impact, more impact than Giroud made the entire game. I'd give him a 6 out of 10. Iwobi, I thought, had nice touches. There was a couple of chances that I wish he'd shot, because I really want to see this kid do well and shut a lot of people up and prove a lot of people wrong. But aside from that, yeah, had a couple of nice little neat chances, but probably came on a bit late to give a real mark. So I'll give him a 5 out of 10. Theo had one glorious chance that as soon as it fell to him, I knew he was going to... Exactly what he did, I knew he was going to do that. That's what he does. He can't take things on a gallop. He has to wait and wait and wait for the ball to be under control before he can do something with it. That, to me, illustrates the frustrations I've had with Theo for the last 10 years. 4 out of 10. Just for that, it pissed me off. 4 out of 10. The manager, it annoys me that he had to wait so long to make a change. He didn't eventually make a change that had some type of impact on the game. I hate what he said in his press conference, but I'll give him a 7 out of 10 for the pure reason that eventually he made a change and eventually it had an impact on the game. Anyway, that's my rabbiting over and done with. Please do let me know what you thought of the game and let me know what this old man is thinking. I really wish we'd made some changes in the game. And you know what? Had we done that, maybe we wouldn't have had that Ramsey injury. Who knows? Who knows? Onwards and upwards to Everton now, a final game of the season. At last, the season looks like it's coming to an end. Been a horrible, horrible season. In terms of plans, I'm hoping that I can get Colin on and possibly Tops if he's around to do the review with me after the Everton game. What I'm also hoping is that next week I'm going to do an end of season report. A bunch of people on. I know at least Lee has given his nod to do it. I'm going to ask Sam to come on. I'm going to see if Henry's about. I'm going to get a lot of people on. Big characters on. It's going to be explosive. Well, I've got to do it. I've got to give my end of season report. I did it last year. I'm going to do it this year for you guys. I'm going to do it in style for you guys. So, yeah, onwards and upwards. Let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens. Everton, I'll be back on Thursday to do the preview for that. Other than that, I'm out of here. All right, people, take care. Peace.